Hey friends, thanks for joining me. Neil here with Post to Post. Time to talk some Columbus Blue Jackets and their jersey history. I'll be completely honest, there's not really a whole lot to talk about because the Columbus Blue Jackets have a relatively small collection of jerseys. They really have not expanded their, jersey creativity, maybe is the best word, too much since their inception into the NHL. And honestly, recently, most of their jerseys, like if you look at all the jerseys that they have, which isn't many, maybe almost half of them have been in the last like 6 or 7 years. So they've really kind of played it safe up until probably about the Adidas years. And then kind of, recently they've kind of come around. I think they're a team that could use a rebranding though. But let's jump in and let's look at all of their jersey history from day one to right now in their organization. And I've ranked these based on what I like. And we'll start off with my least favorite. Number 10. There's 10 files here to go through. So in last place, I did a combo, okay? I did 2007 to 2017. I decided to put these ones together because to me, I like them about the same. I don't really have a preferential, opinion on either. They're both fine. I will say this, even though the Columbus has a very small collection and their jerseys are relatively safe for the most part throughout their entire, catalog here, they've never had a bad jersey. That's not something I can say for every team in the NHL. And I think Columbus is probably in that little tiny group in the NHL that you can say that for. I think most teams, you could definitely say they've had at least one bad jersey. I don't think you can say that with the Columbus Blue Jackets, at least obviously personal opinion. So these two are fine, completely fine jerseys. They're just not that exciting. They're just pretty basic, pretty basic. 2007, 2017. Let's move on to the number 9. I have the 2017 away jersey. So when Columbus went from Reebok to Adidas, they carried over essentially what they had from the Reebok years, kind of. They weren't exact, but they were very similar. The away jersey was very similar. There's some specific changes on the arms, like for example, like the pinstripe comes down very uniform on the Adidas, but it was a little bit more angular on the Reebok one. So that's a little difference there. I like the away jersey more in the Adidas years than I did the Reebok years. So, it's a fine jersey. In number 8, I put the most recent in their history, the Stadium Series from this year. This is, it's an okay jersey. There's nothing really wrong with it. I think it could have been better. I definitely think it could have been better, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. There are definitely aspects of it that I like. I think the logo is a little bit big, but it's fine. I love the C and the outline of the state on there. I think that's brilliant. Nice colors. Number 7, I put Reverse Retro 2.0. This was back in 2022. I think this came out. And this was I guess you'll see what it's based on because we're going to see that here in a little bit. But this was a inverse of something that already existed in the past. So that's the entire point of the Reverse Retro, but it really was just an inverse. They didn't really play around other than that. Some teams did, and it paid off. Columbus played it safe. It's a fine looking jersey. It's not bad. I like the original more, but I do think that they could have did something a little bit better than this. Number 6, I put the 2017 home jersey in the Adidas years. So much like the away jersey, this really carried over from the Reebok years with minor tweaks, but I like the Adidas cut a lot more than the Reebok one. I just think it looks better in almost every aspect. I don't really know why. I just feel like it it comes together nicely. So this is the same look that they have in current Fanatics, but I didn't put a separate Fanatics and Adidas. They're basically the same jersey here. So yeah, it's good. It's just it needs redesigned. Home and away needs redesigned. They need a little bit of a rebranding. So this is fine, but we've seen it forever. So we want something new, I think. Number 5, I put the 2003 to 2007 alternate. This is what the Reverse Retro 2.0 was based on, and I will definitely say that some of these images are from the NHL Uniform Database website. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Great website if you want to look back into teams' jersey histories and stuff. So that's where this graphic came from. But I would love to see this come back. I think Columbus needs to rebrand, home and away, and then come with an alternate, which is maybe the Cannon jersey or a variation of it, and then kind of do like a fourth alternate like this, like a bit of a throwback, but not a reverse of this like Reverse Retro 2.0. Basically exactly this. I think this in a Fanatics cut would look very good. So yeah, I like this one. Number 4, I decided to put Reverse Retro 1.0. This came out in 2021. This was going back to the original days of Columbus, and I really appreciate that. I think that was a great decision because it's a brand that didn't really live for very long because they quickly changed into what we saw in 2007. But this was, I know a lot of people don't like this, but I do. I'm very nostalgic. I remember when this team came out, and it was pretty cool. So I really like this. I regret selling it. I did have it in my collection, but I regret selling it. I actually don't have any Columbus Blue Jackets jerseys at all in my collection. There's all kinds of jerseys behind me. Usually I wear a jersey of every team that I talk about. I can't do that in this video. I don't have a Columbus jersey. Maybe soon, though. Number 3. This is the 2000 to 2007 jersey, home and away, which was the original branding of the team. I think there would be a lot of difference of opinion here. I don't know if anyone else would have these ranked as high as I do, but I'll just echo what I said a couple of minutes ago. I'm very nostalgic, and I think back to the days when Columbus came into the league, and I really appreciate that. Like, I think even just back a couple of years ago, or I guess a little bit more than a couple of years ago now, but when Vegas came in, and they had the gray as the home, and then the away, same away. But, like, I get nostalgic when I see the gray because now the gold is the home. But I remember the gray being the home. So it's kind of like that. Like, I like the original days of teams. And as with Columbus, it holds true here. I like the away. I like the home. I love the logo. I just think this is a very nostalgic look. So be cool to have something back like this. Number 2, I split these off a little bit. 2 and 1 are basically the same. But number 2 is the the Reebok version of the Cannon jersey. So when this came out, it was very popular. It was popular all throughout the Reebok years, which is why they brought it back in the Adidas years, and I think it's also in the Fanatics right now as well. But this is a tremendous jersey. Off-white, which is incredible, great decision because it really plays in with the lore of the team name and who they are. So I really like this the colors. I really like this jersey. The logo, striping, everything is great. But I'll move on to the Adidas one because there were some changes between Reebok and Adidas. And I think the Adidas version is the improved version of the Reebok one. Now, the stripes in the arms are essentially the same. That really hasn't changed. The logo is also almost identical, other than, like, I think it's beveled a little bit more in the Adidas one. But the biggest change, or maybe the only change, was in the neck. The laces stay, but we get the complete blue coming down and holding the NHL logo. Now, Reebok, they produce their jerseys a little bit differently, so you couldn't really have that effect. I guess technically you could have, but it just looks better in the Adidas version. So that's why it's number 1. But I mean, it's basically the same jersey, number 1 and number 2. So there you have it. That's all the Columbus Blue Jackets jerseys, and unless I'm forgetting one, but that's it. That's all. So let me know down below in the comment section if you agree or if you disagree. Feel free to leave your ranking. And I guess maybe more importantly, what do you want the Columbus Blue Jackets to do in the future? Because them being a team with really not a lot of jerseys in their catalog, they really need something new. They could really use with even some more jerseys. Like, I know they came out with a lot recently with, I guess, the Adidas alternate, kind of, but Reverse Retro 1, Reverse Retro 2, and then the Stadium Series. Like, that's quite a bit of jerseys in the last couple of years, or 4 or 5 years, or whatever it is. So, yeah, but I think we need more. Like, I want more from Columbus. I want a new home, a new away, a possible new alternate, the Cannon jersey, to maybe have a white version. That would be pretty cool. So, yeah, I think we should see, and I think we will see quite a bit from Columbus in the future. They're a pretty cool looking brand. I like their name. I like their logos. Basically, every logo that they've ever used has been excellent. Great colors. They've got a lot going for them. So it's going to be exciting to see what Columbus does in the future coming for jerseys and design and logos and everything. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about their jersey history. And of course, I'll continue this series. We only have a couple teams left. And then once I'm done that, I got to rank the entire NHL on their jersey history. That's going to be a very difficult video for sure. Very difficult ranking. So yeah, have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.